Welcome back to the Solid Sports and Gamers channel. This is another presentation of the Solid Sports video blog. This is episode 195. Today's date is August 27th, 2022. Thank you for joining me again this morning for another week of the Solid Sports video blog. I'm Troy West, and thank you for watching. Got some news this week, especially in the NBA, and the NFL season is coming close. But we will touch on some MLB, look at the current standings, look at some of the notable scores from last night. Before as the NBA, the big news from yesterday, Chet Holmgren, number 2 pick for the Oklahoma City Thunder, will be missing the season with a apparent foot injury. So he will be out for the season, so he'll miss his first season. I'm going to talk about that. I want to give some get you guys' opinion on something as well with that. Lakers getting Pat Beverly in the trade from the Utah Jazz. So what do that mean? What's going to be him and Westbrook's relationship? You know, they got history. Is this an indication they might move? They already got a move in place to move Russell Westbrook. We'll see. We'll talk a little bit about that. And Kevin Durant decided to stay in Brooklyn, which is not really surprising news because I don't think he was going to be able to move either with everything going on. So he decided he's going to stay in Brooklyn, so he took the trade demand off the table. We'll talk a little bit about that. So a lot of NBA news. NFL, everybody heard about the Rams Bengals, little scuffle they had during practice, joint practice. Aaron Donald was a little crazy. I give my opinion on that. And my power rankings go preseason power rankings. These are the final power rankings before week 1. So these standings won't change until after week 1, maybe. Depends on what happens. So too early, but not too early. Preseason power rankings. I will give my top 5 NFL teams as we stand going into the regular season. I'll give my opinion on that. And just like always, I give you a channel update, tell you what's going on with the channel. Shout out to TBQD, by the way. Thank you for sharing my one of my videos on your page, so I appreciate that. And I'm gonna touch on if anybody ain't heard the George Foreman news, disturbing news that's been in the news a little bit this week. So I'll talk about that as well. But let's go ahead and get started with the MLB. A couple of big series going on this weekend for playoff teams. Like the Orioles. I got my Orioles hat on today. Trying to be supportive of my home team, the Baltimore Orioles. They're playing very, very well. They won last night again over the Houston Astros. Astros with the best record in the American League. They were able to shut them out 2-0. My Braves still rolling. That's a big series with the Cardinals as far as wild card and division. 11-4. My Braves won last night, so shout out to my Braves. Dodgers keep rolling. They won again. Toronto lost to the Angels 12-0. Red Sox beat the Rays. That's a big series for wild card implications. Let's see. Yankees won again. Yankees were struggling, but they won last night over Oakland. And a big series in the American League. Mariners won last night in extras. So, but let's just take a look at the standings. We ain't gonna spend a lot of time on baseball today. No news, no major news. So, American League still Yankees still comfortably 8.5, but that's gotten down. It was about 12 or 11 games for a while. Tampa's in second, Toronto in third place, Orioles in fourth, but all those teams are fighting for wild card position. And Boston through 4 games under 500, but not completely out of it yet in the wild card anyway. Central Indians, like I said, Cleveland Guardians, excuse me. I think I said the Indians a few minutes ago. I'm sorry about that, but that's so, you know, my whole life they've been the Indians, so it's still hard for me to get the name right sometimes. But they 3 games up on the Twins. Twins led the division for most of the season, with the Cleveland that's passed them. White Sox right there, even the numbers of wins and losses, but they're 4 games out. In the West, Houston, of course, Orioles just beat them last night, but they're still 11.5 up on Seattle. And then it's everybody else: Texas Rangers, Angels, and the Oakland A's, pretty much done. Let's go over to the National League. Mets still with a lead in the East. Braves just 2 out. They played them earlier this week and won the series, so that got them a little closer. Phillies is a dangerous team. I like the way they play. They've been playing much better really since Girardi been fired. They play some good baseball. They're not a half out division, but they right there for a wild card spot. Then you got Miami and Washington, of course. St. Louis Cardinals are now with a 6-game lead over the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers coming back down to earth. They getting closer to 500 now, but they in second place. Then there's the Cubs, Reds, and Pirates who just playing for fun for the rest of the season. And Dodgers 87 wins. Of course, they're going to be the first to get to 90 for sure. Padres struggling a little bit. They almost 20 out now. Giants 2 under. They got Arizona, Colorado in the back end. So let's look at the wild card standings now. If it comes up, there we go. So it's 3 spots again this year, if you don't remember. Tampa got that first spot, but they pretty much all bunched up. Toronto, Seattle. Seattle actually got more wins than Toronto, but Toronto got one extra, a less loss and a less win, so I guess that's better. Or maybe they have a tiebreak, I don't know, but it's Tampa, Toronto, Seattle. Tampa only a half game plus. Then you got the Orioles with 2.5, and then Minnesota, Chicago, and Boston. Minnesota at 5 games back. White Sox 6 games back. Boston 8 games. So Orioles got a little bit of space between the people that's behind them, but they still 2.5 back in the American League for a wild card. So they right there. National League Braves. My Braves got a +10 lead. So either they're going to win a division or they're going to be a wild card team. It's almost a guarantee. Philly +2.5. And then you got San Diego with that last spot. And then you got Milwaukee at 2.5. San Francisco still a shot at 6.5 back, but they under 500. Everybody else 10.5 or more back, so there's no need to bring them up. Don't think that unless it's a miracle, I don't think they're gonna be a factor. So that's it without baseball news. You know, it wasn't much, like I said, just to go over the standings. Nothing happened off the field that much. Like I said, we pretty much in both leagues now know what teams are going to be in the mix, but it's just positioning. Some teams going to miss the playoffs altogether. A long way to go though. It's still a month and a half, still about 40 games left easily for every team, so a lot could change between now and then. So definitely keep a lookout. But shout out to the Orioles though, they playing real good. Me being at home, you can tell the people are getting excited. But I already told some people, like, you know, even if they don't make it this year, it was a success. They made the next step with this young core of players. I think you keep the team together, keep letting them grow. Just let the players grow here. Hopefully you get paid majority of them if you can. You know, once it's time, pay them. Keep this team together. Our pitching has been a lot better as well. Another shout out. So Orioles playing well, and me being a Braves fan as well, I gotta give my Braves some love as well. Quietly having a good year again, and I think they could be any team in the National League in the series. So, but the Dodgers too, like the Dodgers, what they've been doing, that's remarkable. All the injuries they had throughout the season. Kate Kershaw been off and on. Walker Buehler is gone. The situation with the other pitcher off the field that's got suspended. So the pitcher staff got a little bit shaky, but they still been holding it together. They're going to easily get to 100 wins this season. Gotta give a shout out to them as well. Alright, let's move on to the NBA. Unfortunately, the OKC Thunder's rookie number 2 pick, Chet Holmgren, will be out for the season. Let me pull that up just to see specifically what the injury is. It's a foot injury. He was playing a pickup game in one of those leagues, because it looked like what I seen on the video, LeBron was going up for a layup. He tried to defend LeBron and came down on his foot wrong and did whatever he did to it. But this been happening, you know. I think they had a list like Zion. He missed a lot of his rookie year. Ben Simmons didn't play his first rookie year. So a lot of guys have done that. So let's see. Yeah, it's right here. So this is not out the norm for some reason. Lassa Frank, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Injury. Yeah, so he was defending LeBron. I said they look like LeBron. Like, yeah, so he came down on his foot wrong and injured it. But yeah, he's 7'1". Yeah, 7-footer. His game is like sort of like a Kevin Durant's. You know, can shoot from outside. But he's a good defender. I seen him in the summer league. He's a good rim protector. But OKC, they known to draft well. You know, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka. You know, they was all on the team at the same time at one time. So, what was it? Sam Presti is the GM, I think, for OKC. He does a good job evaluating talent, but he's not going to have his talent for the first year of the season, his first rookie year. Now, this is what this is sort of off topic. Okay, yeah, Ben Simmons missed his whole season. They saying here Blake Griffin didn't play his first rookie season. Joel Embiid. So this has happened recently. Michael Porter Jr., even though he was the 14th pick, these are first round picks. But Simmons and Blake Griffin was number 1 overall picks. But yeah, so this happens. But I guess, you know, just to go off topic a little bit, it's still on topic. Like, you know, like Ben Simmons, I think he won Rookie of the Year his second year in the NBA. He didn't play his first year, so he still was considered a rookie. Now, do you guys? I probably gotta put the question up. I just want to know people's opinion. Do you guys think you're still a rookie even if you haven't played a real NBA game, which is true? But I still think, my opinion is, you're still getting NBA experience. Like, you played in the summer league, you're gonna be around NBA players, still gonna be around the team, traveling, all that stuff. Now, you're not playing, but you're still getting the NBA experience. So I personally think no matter what happens your first year, that's your rookie year. Like, your second year is really your second year. I don't think you should be eligible for Rookie of the Year, despite you not playing in the NBA games. That's my opinion. But the NBA still does it, because Ben Simmons won it his second year in the league. You know, I think Embiid won it when he didn't play. So I think that, I honestly think, in my opinion, that's not fair, because you still got an advantage over real rookies. This is their real first year. You know, even though, you know, y'all get the same amount of playing time. But I don't agree with it. But it's not a big deal. But I don't agree with that necessarily. I don't think you should be eligible for Rookie of the Year. And it's really a second year, even though he was hurt your whole first year. So that's what's going to be in the cards for him. Like I said, I seen a little bit of his highlights. He could play. I think he got to get bigger. He's under 200 pounds at 7'1". That's not ideal. Well, you got to get a little bit bigger. He probably would have stayed sort of slim because of his game, but he got to get a little bit bigger, because he's going to have to play center. He's too tall to really play. He probably play the 4, maybe the 3 sometimes, but depending on the Thunder's lineup. But he's going to be playing center most of the time. So, but it's unfortunate. But like I said, as far as that, I just want to get that out, because I don't agree with you still be eligible to be Rookie of the Year if you still getting NBA experience. It's just not playing experience. So, but that's my opinion. I want to know if somebody else's. Do you agree, disagree? I might put that out today. So I might put it on Facebook. Do you agree if an NBA rookie or any sport get injured and miss their whole first season, is they a rookie their second season? I say no. I say you should be eligible for Rookie of the Year. It's just unfortunate that you got hurt, but just don't think you should get it, so, or should be eligible for it. Alright, more news. Lakers traded for Patrick Beverley. That sent some shockwaves through the league the other day. Let me see if they got an article on that. I know they probably do, because I want to see who they gave up for him. But yeah, that Lakers locker room is interesting now. So yeah, so Taylor Horton Tucker, who was a good talent for the Lakers, and Stanley Johnson goes to Utah for Pat Bev. So, well, first let me get my opinion on Pat Bev. I think he's a great NBA player. Like, it's more players like him needed in the league. Like when I was coming up, he basically had, and I don't want to call him a goon. I mean goon in a good way. Like somebody that's gonna irritate you, get up in your face, get in your head more, you know, make you play off your game. That's basically what he is. He every once in a while he hit some threes for you though. He's streaky with that, but he's gonna get up in your face. He's gonna defend your best guard, irritate him. The heart that he has, he's a good locker room guy. I can just imagine. He been doing some media work with ESPN. The guy seems like he don't hold his tongue. I like that about him. I mean, it could be a flip side, you know, he could cost you sometimes, might get technicals at the bad time or something like that. But I think everybody needs at least one of these guys on their team to let you know, like, look, you know, we ain't gonna be played with, or you know, don't try to come in here and punk us, because he's gonna stand up to anybody. So, but I think that's an interesting mix, though. Everybody worried about him and Russell Westbrook. You know, him and Russell Westbrook got history, playoff history. Don't quote me on the year on this, but I think Durant was gone. I think this was one of his solo years, Westbrook. A matter of fact, no, Durant was still there because it was I think they got lost in the second round. He got hurt against the Rockets. I think he was trying to go for a loose ball or something. Beverly went low and messed up Westbrook. I think it was his knee, and he was out for the rest of the playoffs. So Durant was pretty much by himself. So that's the main history, and then just, you know, history just period. Those guys just don't care for each other, at least as far as we know. So, but I think once you get the NBA locker room, you know, and once Pat Bev, you know, he's on his team, I think this might help. Like he might push it. Like this might be light a fire in Westbrook, saying, "Oh, I gotta play better, just so this guy, you know, don't, you know." Not that I don't think they would ever start Bev over Russell Westbrook, but this might be a motivation for Russ. He might play better this year, so I think it's gonna be a blessing and a curse. But I think it's an interesting move that the Lakers did. Some people speculating maybe they got a Westbrook trade on the table they're thinking about, so they made this move knowing that Westbrook is about to go. That might be true, but we'll see. But if this wind up standing, I think it could work. I think this will motivate Russ to play better on the court. But like I said, the Lakers, they just have to be healthy this year. Like Anthony Davis, to me, was the main reason why they struggled last year. He has to play better. But he has to be healthy for the majority of the year. LeBron as well. He was in and out. But Russ was there. I mean, he had, you know, his moments, but Russ was there for the majority of the season. He didn't miss any games. So I think it could work. I think the Lakers could be at least a factor in the Western Conference. I said they'd be number one seed or anything like that, but I think they just got too much talent. Like LeBron is LeBron still. Anthony Davis is Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook is Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook been one of the best players in this league for years. Yeah, he might have slipped up, but his athleticism might be slipping a little bit, but he's still Russell Westbrook. I still believe he can give you something on the court. He's still a problem driving to the basket, so. But it's an interesting move. It was an interesting move. A lot of people making, you know, their assumptions of it, but I think it can work. I think it's going to motivate Russell Westbrook, unless he is eventually moved. But what's this? August, so we still got another month before training camp and all that stuff. So we'll see. But Pat Bev is a good locker room guy. I would want him on my team if I had a team. You know, he's not gonna be my best point guard. He's not gonna be my best guy on the team. But just to have that guy that's gonna light a fire in you, which I think that's why I think it would be good for West. I think it's gonna be beneficial to the Lakers. Alright, other news, the Kevin Durant saga continues. Well, I guess it's over for now. He rescinded his trade request and said he wanted to try to make it work in Brooklyn. No surprise, because like I said, many teams can't trade for him, and the teams he wanted to go to, only team that was really realistically could probably make a trade for him was Boston. Miami couldn't do it. because they ain't gonna give a Bam. Once Phoenix signed Ayton back, that was dead. You know, he couldn't go there. That Ben Simmons being there actually hurts them as well, because can't have two max rookies on the same team at the same time. So that also factors into us. You know, people bring that up sometimes too. But I think so. I'm glad though, because I want to see how this works. Kyrie, he opted in, so Kyrie, Durant, and Simmons, I want to see how it works. Ben Simmons, I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm begging, but I really hope he play this year. I want to see what he got, and I think this is a good situation for him. I tell people this all the time. Philadelphia, he had more responsibility to score the basketball. Here, he's not going to be a number one scorer. He could be your fourth or fifth scorer on this team, because you got Durant, you got Kyrie, you got Steph little brother Steph Curry. He could be an option. You got other scoring options, so he don't have to be a scorer. Now, when you out there, you know, you should still try to do something with the basketball. Don't just, you know, be like he did at Philly. Just don't shoot the ball. I think you could just play your game, like, you know, still improve your game, of course. You know, get a jump shot, you know, improve your game, but play your game, play to your strips. You get around the basket, you almost 7 feet tall. Go to the basket. Nothing wrong with that. You know, you're gonna get fouled. Like, you improve your free throws. Then that should be the first thing you worked on. Improve your free throws, and just play your game. Play your game. You know, when you think you got an open shot to the basket, go to the basket. You get fouled, knock the free throws down. Yes, that's a way of scoring. You know, I just think, you know, he's an NBA player, so I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I know. But, you know, as far as his weaknesses that people say they're weak, I don't think he's a terrible. Some people went to the way left, saying he's basically shouldn't be in the league. That's nuts. Like, this guy is talented, but he gotta be ready to play. And then I don't know what's going on mentally with him. I'm not gonna go there. I've had mental issues, so I'm not gonna judge him there either. If he wasn't ready to play last year, he wasn't ready to play. Just gonna let that go. But hopefully he's ready this season, because I think they can really be a force in the East. I still like Milwaukee over everybody. Miami is not going nowhere. They improved. Philly would be right back there. I think James Harden is coming. I think what I've been seeing from him, some of the off-season stuff he's been doing, I think Philadelphia could potentially be put a rich in there as well. So the East is not joke. Chicago would be better. I think Charlotte would be better. With LaMelo Ball, I think he will improve. Atlanta with Trae Young, they're going to be around. I mean, we could name the East. You know, East got some decent teams in it now. So Boston, I forgot about Boston. You know, so I think the Brooklyn will be right in that mix if all these three guys are dedicated. Hopefully Kyrie. Same with Kyrie. I don't judge Kyrie what he was doing. But just hopefully he can play. Now that the mandate stuff, he'll be with the team for a time to begin the season. Maybe that'll be a difference, you know. So it's gonna be interesting though. But Kevin Durant, he got some heat on him. He got some things to prove. A lot of people thinking, you know, now, especially since the Warriors won, so now it's definitely some pressure on him to at least get the Nets far, at least get them to the finals or close to the finals, and have excellent playoffs. The regular season ain't gonna matter much for Durant, as far as what people were judging, which I understand it, you know. But I personally think, like I said, the Warriors definitely needed him just as much as he needed the Warriors. It's definitely, if it's not even, they probably needed him more, because LeBron figured him out. I think, you know, I think they would have, you know, Cleveland would have won more championships. Well, we could flip and flop with that, with the injuries that Cleveland had and the Draymond suspicion championship that Cleveland won. So this is, you know, basically what if we could do that all day long. But I think Cleveland did catch up to him, and they needed somebody, you know, to be more consistent scorer, and Kevin Durant was that guy. So he definitely made them a better team, even though they have, you know, they were 73-9 the year before he came there. So but yeah, it's some pressure on him this year to play well, so we'll see what happens. But not surprising, because like I said, there's really nowhere for him to go. So Alright, so that's our NBA news for the week. Let's get into the NFL. I just seen when I was looking around for other things, Geno Smith for Seahawks fans, he been named the starter officially. Baker Mayfield been named the starter for the Carolina Panthers this week, and he played well last night. So that's gonna be an interesting game though. Week 1, Browns, Panthers. So we'll see how that goes. So that's as far as the quarterbacks today. So I mean, so most of the starters are already established, but they was two of the ones like who's going to start. Because Drew Lock in Seattle, I thought he probably was going to be the guy. But Geno played well last year when Russell Wilson was hurt. Was it last year? I think it was last year. A few games Russell Wilson missed. Yeah, so Geno Smith, I think he's mature. I think he came in the league immature. I think that's what his issue. And then with the Jets don't really treat their quarterbacks well. Like now we see the Zach Wilson situation, even though he got hurt. But the Jets ain't something of the team you want to go to as a quarterback. At least not no rookie. Now established veteran like when Brett Favre was there. Shout out to Brett Favre. After he left Green Bay, like that's a better situation. Because he already, he's established. So, but that's the news off the, well, I want to say off the field. Some news to go into week 1. Everybody talked about the Rams-Bengals brawl. Don't know how that started. In fact, let's see if I can get some info on it now. But everybody talked about Aaron Donald swinging his helmet and that he should be suspended, just like Myles Garrett got suspended, even though it was during a regular season game. It was a national televised game. I think this ain't getting much traction because this was just practice, and I don't think it might be video of it, but it's not going around. That was done live on TV, so the NFL felt like they had to do something. Oh, that's back out here. Yeah, so I would say it don't matter to me if he gets suspended or not. I think practices get so heated, but I'm about to see if there's any stats not even on okay, I think I got it right here. I don't know when it started the brawl, Oh, okay, so they already pretty much, NFL already pretty much say they're not going to discipline them, but the Rams will. They said it's going to be in-house, so you know what that means. But these things happen, but there's no details here, like why. But I know they had to stop the practice. How much did they play? Did they play in preseason? Because usually when it's joint practices, it's you play against the team you're practicing against. Alright, let's see. Because the majority of the games are today, the final preseason games. Yeah, see, they play each other tonight, so that's why they had a joint practice. Let's see if they play each other during the regular season. Let me pull out the Rams schedule since I got it here. Because it's possible because the way now with that 17th game, you get another rotation of another AFC team. So it might just be coincidence that the Rams play the Bengals during the regular season. So I'm about to see. Alright, come on, schedule. This ain't what I wanted to see. This might be good enough. Sorry for the delay. Here we go. Alright. Nope, they don't play during the regular season. But yeah, I knew they probably would play today or whenever because they had the joint practice. So but this happens, so I don't, yeah, they had a little attorney, so they might just get some fines or something like that. Aaron Donald, not usually don't fly off the handle like that, so you just say you don't know what was said, you don't know, it could have been some stuff that they beat him in the Super Bowl, and Aaron Donald was going around when he got the basically the disruption of Burrow, pointing at his ring fingers, taunting and stuff like that. So it might have boiled over from that. But it's over with. Like some people say, he should get the same thing Myles Garrett got. I don't think, like the Myles Garrett situation, we don't know because it was Mason Rudolph, did he call him the N-word? And that's what Myles Garrett tried to insinuate. Myles Rudolph denied it, but we'd never know because there was no mic in the area at the time. But I think he got 6 games for that. Yeah, he got 6 games. But I think that made Myles Garrett a better player and probably a better person as well, because since then he's been a turd. I think he's going to be in the line for Defensive Player of the Year for the Browns. I think he's about to have a monster season. So I just wanted to touch on that because it was news. But, it wasn't really big news to me. So let's get into the power rankings now. So I'm gonna hold these power rankings. The seasons don't start for another 2 weeks. So these gonna be the standings, and then every week I was doing this when I was regular on the blog. But now that I'm on social media and everything else, I post it every week. So I'm gonna post it later on today, and then it won't be another post until after week 1, Friday, the end of the week. That's Saturday. I'll post it, post this, but see, that's why I want to do is my Thursday show. So I might, because I'm thinking about, like I said, not doing a Thursday show this year because I'm not going to watch a lot of the games anyway. But if I do a Thursday show, I might just do that from my live from my phone, and because it'll be quick. I just preview the game, then I give you my rankings, and then that's it. So I'm thinking about doing it. I might still do it, just do it on my phone. But let's go ahead and get into it. Number 5, the Cincinnati Bengals, of course, defending AFC champions. Still got some questions. Can they still protect Joe Burrow? They improved the offensive line. I think Joe Mixon is hurt to start the season, but I think they'd be all right. I think Joe Burrow is the truth. I think he'll carry the Bengals, and I think they deserve to be number 5 just because they coming in as AFC champs. Number 4, the Kansas City Chiefs. Just going off because they got Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, losing Tyreek Hill was huge, but I think the Chiefs in that division, this would be their toughest test yet because the Chargers are looking for real. The Raiders, they was just a playoff team. They ain't going nowhere. And also, the Denver Broncos getting Russell Wilson. Definitely improvement. So this is going to be the toughest road yet. They win this division this year. I think they'd be battle tested. I think the Chiefs still a dangerous team. So I got them number 4 on my power rankings. Number 3, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Still got the GOAT, Tom Brady. They having issues injury-wise as well. Some of the receivers and everything. So we'll see how that work out. But just don't bet against Tom Brady. And I think the Buccaneers, like I said, I think they poised to have a big year. I think the Saints could be a team that could challenge them. They challenged them the first couple of years. Brady been there. That might continue. So the Saints is probably the only team in the division they really have to even think about. I think Carolina and Atlanta is trying to find their way, even though I think they'd be pesky a little bit too at times. But I think the Buccaneers, they say the Buccaneers schedule, it is a tough schedule though. They do have a tough schedule, but I think somehow they're going to get through it. And I got them number 3. Number 2, the Buffalo Bills. The Bills, definitely everybody jumping on the Bills bandwagon this year. This could be their year they make it to the Super Bowl. And I'm almost about to jump on it. I still want to give myself some time until I have to make a decision. But that is the team I'm leaning towards coming out the AFC. But I still would give my time to think about it. Got the number 2, the moves they made it all season. Getting Von Miller, I think that's huge. Get some more pressure to help that already good defense. Josh Allen, will he take that next step? Will he be an MVP candidate? If all those things come true, I think the Bills will be the Bills and will have a great year. So they number 2. And number 1, the defending champions, got to start them number 1 no matter what. The Rams. Little issue with Matthew Stafford throwing on, but everything's look okay for now. Aaron Donald, because it's Aaron Donald. Jalen Ramsey is Jalen Ramsey. Them getting Allen Robinson, I think that's a quiet off-season move that they made that might play huge for him. Him and Robert Woods and that receiver Cooper Kupp, of course, had a all-time year. Running game got to be better. Now that they got Akers, he's back, but that has to be more consistent. If so, that opened up the whole rest of the Rams offense, and I think the Rams will be a force in the NFC again. Now they got a little bit of a tough division as well. San Francisco, can Trey Lance, he looks okay, but can he improve? Pardon me. Is he the quarterback that they need? They pretty much moving on for Jimmy Garoppolo. That's the only question mark. The rest of the team is solid. Arizona, with all their problems, still got a talented team. I think they still could possibly make some noise. And Seattle's building, like I said, I just talked about them earlier in the show, about Geno Smith getting the starting job. But Pete Carroll, still a good coach, so they ain't going to just be a rollover. But definitely in a rebuilding stage there. So the Rams had a tough division as well, but they clearly the best team in it though. So alright, so to recap, my power rankings: Cincinnati Bengals number 5, Kansas City Chiefs number 4, Tampa Bay Buccaneers number 3, Buffalo Bills number 2, and the Rams is on the top of the power rankings for week 1 is number 1. Like I said, this won't change unless we get an injury before next week or something like that. This is not going to change until after week 1. So and that'll do it. Next week we probably just talk just preview a little bit, just to go around the league a little bit, because this is the final week of preseason. So or if any specific news come out, we'll talk about it next week. Okay, well, we almost through another vlog, another show. I think we pushing about 30 minutes, I think 30-40 minutes. This is usually when I do my final thoughts. Sometimes I touch on sports or something else, but it's definitely a sport news. To me, it's sad, and I don't even know how to take this news. But George Foreman, news that came out this week, he's been accused of grooming 2 women. Well, now they women, but they was little girls at the time. I'm about to pull this article up because I want to get the details right. My only issue with this story is one of my issues, which is an issue with, unfortunately, all these stories. It's not a popular opinion of mine, but I don't even want to call it a system, because I think it's case by case. I think pretty much everything to me should be case by case. It's just the timing for me. That's the only thing that don't sit right with me. It's the timing. Like, this happened in the 70s. Like, this is 40 years ago, right? 50 years ago, almost 50 years ago. And me saying that, like, I'm gonna say this as well. Like, if George Foreman did this, it don't matter that this is coming out now. He deserves everything he gets. Like, I'm not saying, and I think this does teach a lesson to people that right now, or people that might have did some things in the past, that it don't matter. It might be 50 years, 100 years. It might come out one day. So maybe you should just not do it at all. You're thinking, things is, think you got away with it, or thinking you bribed, whatever. Like, it don't matter. Like, it could come out. So just because it was a long time ago doesn't mean it's not gonna come out. But my issue with the timing is, why now? Like why now? And it's just, I think it should be some type of statute of limitations, especially if you're a grown woman. You know, now as a child, like I said, if this stuff happened to you as a child, you know, you probably spend your whole life trying to forget about it. You know, like, and I know that's traumatized. You know, and even with these women, I'm not judging these women. It's just now you lived your whole life. You're in your 60s now. Like, why go back to that dark place if you basically held it in or, you know, dealt with it for this long? You know, so it proves that you're strong enough to deal with it. But that don't absolve Mr. Foreman, George Foreman. And I like George Foreman. Go and say I like George Foreman. I know him more for him being a celebrity, like for selling the George Foreman grill and all. Like I said, this guy was at the peak. He had two careers. He had his boxing career, which nobody really even talk about. He was an excellent boxer, actually heavyweight champion. You know him, bro. In my generation, we know him more for the George Foreman grill. I had a George Foreman grill. Don't want to tell you how mine got broke, but I had a George Foreman grill, man. Like that was a great invention. With his name on it, Smiley George, and all his son's name George. He was just a lovable guy. But it's yeah. They say both women in their early 60s, but they father. See, this is a factor too, which why I think this could have some truth to it, and this may be why the women held this in for so long as well. They fathers worked with George Foreman. He was boxing associates of Foreman, so they, you know, it's a lot of elements to this. So I can understand like this could be a true story, but the one victim said she was 8 years old. I ain't gonna use their name, so you could go read the article yourself. And the other girl was 9, but he start abusing them until they got 15, 16, they became teenagers. But he was already grooming them at 8 and 9, which is terrible. If he was, like I said, if he was doing this is terrible. But just the timing, it just sucks, because it's like, who was even thinking about George Foreman? Like, you know, ain't nobody even was thinking about George Foreman, you know. But George, he came out with a emphatic statement. Basically, this is about money, and try to extort money out of him. So until then, that's all I'm gonna say about this. But two lessons here. Well, one statement and one lesson. My statement is, like I said, the timing. I don't like the timing. I wish. And I'm talking to every woman. You know, I'm not a woman, so I don't know. I don't know the trauma. I don't act like I don't know. I know some women that have dealt with this type of trauma. I know some women that decided just to let it go, or, you know, stand up and fight. But I encourage y'all more to stand up and fight, stand up and say something pretty much as soon as it happens. Now, these was teenagers, so I understand that. And they fathers was associates of George Foreman, so it's elements why they would keep quiet, you know, for at least a little while. But I just wish these days would come out sooner, because, you know, this guy lived this whole life. His life, no offense, but his life is over. Like 70 something, I think he's 73. Oh, that's George Foreman. Oh, that's 1973 when it happened. Okay. I had to search that. But George Foreman gotta be in his close to his 80s, man. In fact, let's use old Google. George Foreman. George Foreman.
According to Wikipedia, George Edward Foreman is an American former professional boxer, entrepreneur, minister, and author.
Okay, 73, so I was right. January 10th, 1940. Okay, so he is 73. So I guessed that right. But yeah, man, like, you know, it's now y'all in y'all 60s. It's like I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be that person to just, you know, downplay their trauma, but this story does stinks a little bit, because, like I said, if his fathers was working for him, I can understand why they was quiet for so long. But George is going definitely denying this and saying that this is about money, about extorting money from him. And I guess they want to give him the money, so now they just come out. So we guys will have to wait and see. we'll see. You know, there'll be more details about this. I know this ain't gonna go away, but one thing I have noticed about this story though, it ain't circling around like that. Like, you gotta really look it up. Like, it's not being regurgitated in the news at all. You know, it's kind of quiet. It's, you know, for news these days, it's kind of quiet. It's not being talked about that much. But I just want to talk about it because, like I said, these is happening so much more often. Like, stuff that happened in this, like, I think somebody else came out about Bill Cosby the other week from the 60s and the 70s. It's like you lived your whole life. Why? To me, it just don't seem, it don't make sense to me. I'm just saying my opinion. That bring this back up now, you gotta relive it. If it's true, you gotta relive it all over again. Put yourself through that pain, but I guess it's worth it if you get justice. But I just don't understand the timing. But like I said, the lesson learned here, no matter how long it's been, you're thinking, you know, 50 years you're in the clear. Nope. Not for those type of things, you know. And also say he R-word them too, which is terrible. So this is bad if it's true, Mr. Foreman. And I like George Foreman, man. I'm a George Foreman fan, Ali fan, even though I'm, you know, they was before my time, really. You know, I was around the Mike Tyson time, I've had the Holyfield time, that was around my time, but I just wanted to really get my opinion on that. It's a sad story though, one way or the other. Alright, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. Channel updates. Shout out again to TB Cutie. She shared my Bioshock video on her page. You can go check out at capital T, capital B, capital C, UTIE, TB Cutie. But those three letters are capitalized. She do like a lot of Grand Theft Auto videos, stuff like that. So special shout out to her. Thank you for being supportive. Thank you for talking to me behind the scenes as well. We talk a little bit behind the scenes as well. So thank you. Like I said, we might not reach our goal. Well, we not. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. That's a miracle happen. We're not gonna get 100 subscribers in 1 week. But it's fine. You know, once we got to the peak, you know, Sonic Origins pushed us up. Hopefully, you know, with the games coming this fall and this season, you know. Madden, like I said, if I start playing Madden consistently, maybe things will pick up a little bit. This is sports weekend, so I am going to try to do a Madden video today. But if not, I'm definitely going to do a Bioshock video. That's why I brought that up. So I've been doing it every other day. Work has been more hectic. I got to start later on in the mornings. Just days coming from left and right. So that's what I'm saying. When I do my recordings, I'll be doing it while I'm working. Like right now, I'm off. I'm not obligated to nothing. I'm off right now, so that's why I do my blogs on Saturdays mornings. So right now I'm off. So, some more Bioshock, more Sonic Origins videos. Hopefully I enjoyed the stream. I enjoyed my Ninja Turtle stream from Thursday night. That was fun. I might do that again with a different character, or maybe I might invite some random people online and play through an arcade mode. That was pretty fun. I'm willing to do that again. I'm gonna do some Call of Duty. I'm trying to do some season 5 footage. So I'm trying to get this gun first, but it's I'm still a couple of levels away with the battle pass, if y'all are familiar with Call of Duty. So once I get that gun unlocked, I'm gonna be showing it off, you know, showing the gameplay of that gun and the assault rifle. That's the X1, I think it's called. So if y'all familiar with Call of Duty Vanguard, that's coming. So that's stuff to come up on the channel. So you just stay tuned throughout the week. I said 2K, NBA 2K is coming as well. I gotta see the release date of that is. That'll be coming. Like a lot of stuff coming in fall. Modern Warfare 2, God of War, Ragnarok. The Resident Evil Village DLCs. So there's a lot of stuff coming on the channel to look out for, especially in the fall. So I can't wait for that. But with that being said, thank you to all my supporters. Shout out again to TB Cutie. Shout out to Helping Hearts 888. Thank you too. Shout out to my man Good Vibes. My man Good Vibes came through. I didn't know my man Good Vibes was only a 6th grader, but good luck to him. He says a little rough. got projects and stuff to do for his first week. He's from Florida, so shout out to my little buddy. I didn't know that he was a grown man, honestly, but he's definitely mature for his age. But shout out to you, bro. I've been doing Colorado Rockies video tomorrow for you. Even if it's not planned, I think I picked the Rockies game to do next. But even if I didn't, I could change that. So whoever the Rockies playing, no matter who, I'm gonna play that game for you tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. I might do, like I said, I might do Madden today. And MLB the show definitely tomorrow. I might have to do both tomorrow. Depends on, because I'm about to take a nap. Once I get this video together, I'm going to take a nap, man. It's been a rough week, so. But thank you guys so much for the support. Trust me. Check out all my social media outlets. They'll be in the description. Thanks for everybody believing in me, especially you, Good Vibes. You've been pushing me. Definitely good luck with your 6th grade year this year. We'll talk throughout this year. Like I said, I know a little bit of math, so I might help you with a little bit of math. I don't know about everything else, but I can help you with a little bit of math if you need my math help. Need a little math tutor or a little math problem solved or something, bro. But shout out to you, shout out to everybody, man. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. See you guys next week. Matter of fact, I had more of a solid decision if I'm gonna do the Thursday night shows this year. I think I am, but I think I might do it through my phone, so the quality be a little less, but the videos won't be long. I can just go live and get it over with, you know, preview the game, you know, and you know, get my power rankings throughout the week there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Enjoy your weekend, stay safe, and I love you guys, man. Peace and love. See you guys next time.